Attention. Welcome, everybody. It is Saturday, first Saturday of the month. As you guys know, first Saturday of every month, we do a Veterans Whiskey Club live stream to talk about military issues and talk about whiskey. So thank you all for being here on time. You're on time for formation, and appreciate you. So cheers to all of you out there watching. Let's get into it. We already have Bad Axe Bobby in the house with William Reynolds. Goodness gracious, good to see you, buddy. Stacy, welcome. Good to see you. Simone Barkeep is in the house. What's up, Tully? Four Leaves saying what's up. James Morgan, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you. Okay, so here's the link. Drop the link in the chat. So any military veterans out there, I don't care what branch of service you were in, whether you're Army, Air Force, National Guard, Marines, Navy, Coast Guard, Space Force, and if you're from a military from a different country, you are more than welcome to join in and hop on screen and talk about military topics and talk about whiskey topics. I need to pin the chat to the top, so just give me a minute here so I can pin the chat. I hope all of you guys had a good month. We're going to talk about a variety of topics that we cover every month here. Hold on. Trying to pin the chat. That way everybody that jumps on can jump on, because I really want to encourage those military veterans to jump on here and hang out and connect with other veterans across the globe. Let's see, where's the, so I can pin the chat. There we go. Pin. Man, they should make this easier. StreamYard. See, I'm using StreamYard to do the videos, and they don't make it easy to pin a chat on the chat, like pin a thing. But anyway, so the link is pinned at the top of the chat. So any of you military veterans out there that want to jump on screen and have a drink, doing good. Glad to hear it, buddy. You are more than welcome to join in. Let's remove that. Stop sharing. All right, so you guys know, first topic on the list every month is what is the veteran whiskey of the month? So I found a new barrel strength from Horse Soldier. When I had Vince from Horse Soldier on the channel, you can go to the channel and check out playlists and go to Distiller's Perspective, where we do live interviews with different distilleries. I had Vince from Horse Soldier on, and he told me that if I ever find a barrel strength bottle that's over 120 proof, that I should jump on it, because it is substantially better than the regular ones. Because I told him that and he signed it for me. I told him the barrel strength that I have is 114 proof, and the only time I drink it is when I'm drinking like raising a glass to the fallen. And he asked me what proof it was. I told him it was 114, and he told me if I ever find one that's over 120, then I need to pick it up and give it a try. Well, this one is 121.1, and I'm going to do a fresh crack and fresh review with you, because this is the veteran whiskey of the month for the month of September. So let's pour the first shot of this bad boy into the Affinity bottle. That's my Infinity bottle that pour the first shot of any bourbon or American whiskey in. And that bottle just keeps developing and changing as time goes on. And I'm telling you, it's delicious. But any of you guys that are interested in starting your own Infinity bottle, let me tell you, if you start adding scotches or even ryes or finished whiskeys, like if it's finished in a port barrel or something like that, you start adding those in, it gets really funky and not very good. But if you limit what you're putting in your infinity bottle, like per type, like have an infinity bottle for rye, and an infinity bottle for bourbons, an infinity bottle for scotches, or whatever, and that really keeps it to where like items are just with each other. And so here is the veteran whiskey of the month, Horse Soldier Barrel Strength. All right, so Horse Soldier Barrel Strength is the veteran whiskey of the month. And as I have put out before, if the veteran owned whiskey has different variants, then they can be those different bottles can be whiskey of the month on different episodes, because every veterans whiskey live stream try to do a different veterans whiskey to feature. That way you guys can know that there is a lot of veteran owned distilleries out there, and I'm trying to let you guys know about all of them so we can help support fellow veterans making good whiskey. So cheers to you. Oh man, that is fantastic. All right, I'm falling behind in the chat. Let's see. William Hall is in the house. What's up? Thank you for all those who served. Awesome to be part live again. Absolutely, William. Good to see you, buddy. Independent Joe, Marine veteran. I'm glad you're here, brother. Go ahead and click that link so you can jump on. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Absolutely. I try to get as many veterans on stream as possible. That way, other veterans in the community, or maybe even joining in on a live stream for the first time, can get to know other contacts and have other friends with like-minded people, fellow veterans getting together. It's good. And we don't have to worry about drinking and driving while we're drinking with friends. It's great. Troy Man's in the house. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, veterans. Absolutely. Thank you for saying that. William Hall saying, what's up to everybody? Troy from Baker Drinks. What's up, man? Good to see you as well. Feel free to jump on. Baker Drinks. William Hall, cheers, and thank you for coming over here to support me. I meant to ask everyone on our stream to come over here, but my tech was dying too quick. Snaps. Yeah, so Troy from Baker Drinks, I'm gonna have to go back and watch your show later. If I look a little red in the face, my neighbor a couple of houses down invited me and my kids to come out on their boat. He's like, oh, I made some fixes to my boat because he had some leaks and whatnot in the engine compartment. And so he did some maintenance on his boat, wanted to take it out on the water to test it out. And he hit me up and out of nowhere and was like, hey, you want to come out on the boat, test it out? We just fixed it. And I'm like, sure, sounds good. And so the kids and I were out on his boat for a little over 4 hours. It was the first time that my kids ever got to do the tow tube where, you have the rope towing the tube behind, and they're just having a blast, jumping all over the lake. And oh man, it was a good time. But many hours out in the direct sun, and so had to drink a lot of water to rehydrate. Pouring some Horse Soldier Barrel Strength from some guy named Mark at Northwest Bourbon, whoever that is. Hey, William Hall, absolutely, that's freaking awesome. I am glad. I hope you enjoy it. Unfortunately, I'm texting and driving, so I can't jump on. I know you're being facetious because you pulled over to send that, but I appreciate it anyway. You're on the road, and I hope you have safe travels, brother. All right, so first topic, the veteran whiskey of the month is the Horse Soldier Barrel Strength, north of 120 proof. A lot of great caramels, wood char. When Vince was on here, he let us know they do a level 4 char. There's some fruit notes and a lot of syrups like vanillas and caramels and the kind of syrupy profile. But man, that is good. That is really good. So Vince, thank you for the recommendation, man. I hit him up to see if he could come on with us tonight, but he is just coming in from a road trip, and so he wasn't able to join on. That's another thing I try to do on these Saturday night live streams is have the veteran responsible for the veteran whiskey of the month actually come on screen. And he wasn't able to tonight, but he says hi. Check out these average guys that love whiskey wisdom. Yeah, what's up, whiskey wisdom? Okay, bourbon fam, what bourbon am I going to eat with my nachos? What's a good nacho whiskey? I don't know. But thanks for being here, Whiskey Wisdom. I got the email from you, and I responded to your email right before going live, and so hope you received that. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys and doing a live stream collaboration in the future. I don't know, man, but I'm guessing tastes like that. Yep. Laura and Troy, Baker Drinks. Baker Drinks. Yeah, Baker Drinks is up here in Washington State, and we have already opened up the discussion to start doing more collaborative stuff. Check those mirrors. Yep, keep your head on a swivel. Head on a swivel. Defensive driving. All right, so next subject is honoring the fallen. So the way that I honor the fallen here, as many of you guys already know, is that if you have a loved one that passed away in this month of September, or if you have a loved one that passed away whose birthday is in the month of September, I'm going to throw them up, honor them. We raise a glass because I think their birthday is just as important as the day that they passed away. Because you know the old saying that they are not truly gone until no one speaks their name anymore. And so we honor and remember those loved ones who made an impact on us. And so on September 7th, 2015, Thomas Reyes was killed. So he liked to be called Tommy, but I knew him as Reyes because we were in the same unit together in the 10th Mountain Division. He was one that we lived in the same barracks together. He lived right down the hall, so we did a lot of drinking together, hanging out, talking, sharing life stories, life troubles, all that stuff. We went to Afghanistan together, and I know that he did at least 2 deployments to Afghanistan, and he finally got promoted to sergeant. I mean, he was a guy that was a little rough around the edges. He came from the inner city in New York. I think he was from the Bronx. And just kind of a rough around the edges kid when you first met him. But after a few years of running and gunning with us in the 10th Mountain Division, like you saw him really blossom and mature. Unfortunately, in 2015, he was on his motorcycle and was struck and killed by a drunk driver. And so, any of you guys that watch this show on a regular basis, Northwest Bourbon, I mean, you know that I have a strong emphasis on not drinking and driving. We get together here online in a virtual platform so we can drink with our friends and not be alone and have other people that you can talk to. But you're not putting yourself and others at risk, right? So if any of you guys have a loved one, whether they served with you, one of your battle buddies that's no longer here, or just a friend, family member who's the anniversary of their death or their birthday was in the month of September, if you feel comfortable throwing up their name or a nickname or anything else, then I can throw them up on the board here next to Reyes, and we'll drink a glass to him in just a minute. Do a Walberman, so I'll mention on these lives at the end of the streams, lest we forget. Thank you, Appreciate you. I'm looking at a collage in front of me of the battle buddies that I served with that I know of that are no longer with us. And I know not everybody's on social media, and due to certain conditions or privacy issues or whatever, a lot of people don't broadcast when somebody passes away. And so unfortunately, I'm sure that there's more than who's on this collage in front of me that are no longer with us. That sucks. But I don't see any more names coming up. And so I'm going to pour a glass out of my bottle that I pour when remembering the fallen, because I have dedicated this bottle to that. And the only drinks I've had out of this bottle have been for those times, those anniversary dates, and live streams like this, where we raise the glass together and remember that those who are no longer with us. And so cheers to them. Cheers to you, lest we forget, until Valhalla. Cheers. And that brings me right into the next part. On the bottom of my collage is no less than 8 soldiers that I served with who took their own life. So I haven't seen Jerry Black in the chat yet, but man, it's time to do our push-ups. We do 22 push-ups because on average 22 former service members take their own lives. And us as a country have got to get better at helping people with their mental health. But so 22. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Feels good. Whiskey Wars sent us. Oh, Sean was on tonight? Oh, man, I'm going to have to go back and watch yours, Sean. I was not tracking that you were live tonight. Like I said earlier, I was out on a boat almost all day, and that was after lunch. Before lunch, I was helping my other neighbor with a marathon race that he was doing at the park next door. And I was manning the water point to help people out and make sure they stayed hydrated. So good to see you. Ben the Demon Hunter. What's up, buddy? Ben, we are drinking Horse Soldier as the veteran whiskey of the month. If you haven't cracked your bottle, feel free to crack it and have a drink with us. Because Ben just recently got a signed bottle of Horse Soldier that I had muled over to him. Independent Joe, get some. Heck yeah, Joe. I hope that after your trip, you're able to get your push-ups in, unless you did it beforehand. Welcome to the grind and get some. Absolutely. Lone Wanderer, what's up, man? Good to see you. Cheers, James. Holy guacamole. Andrew's in the house. So, Sean over at Whiskey Wars, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I was out and about with the kids doing stuff all day long, and so I did not get a chance to watch Whiskey Wars or Baker Drinks. Been the Demon Hunter. Really. What is the best, most reliable veteran charity that I can donate to? What is the Joe? What's the folded flags one? Folded. It's in the name somewhere is a folded flag. That's a good one. Fisher House. Fisher House does a lot of things for veterans. I'll have to get back to you on that, Whiskey Wisdom. I know that I'm going to be talking to you more frequently soon. And so I know there's a few of them that have fallen under scrutiny of not being 100% transparent with how, like, the percentage of donation goes to actually helping veterans and stuff like that. And so that made me a little more critical on veteran charities that I donate to. And so I appreciate the question. And hold up. Simone Barkeep, yeah. Love Tully. Hey, Tully, hopefully I'll be able to get to see you tomorrow. We're going to, well, at least I'm going to an event tomorrow. Tonight might work. Bobby. Badass. That hunt video was good. Flags of Honor, Folded Flag Foundation. I think that's the one, Troy. I believe so. I like Wounded Warrior. Yeah, Wounded Warrior Project is good. All right, next on the list is congrats. So topics, congrats. If any of you guys out there have anything that you want to kind of share, right? You know, a moment of positivity you share with other people that you got a promotion, you had a baby, you bought a new car, you scored an 800 on the new PT test, whatever it is. If you have something that you're really glad that you achieved, kind of a thing, you know, share it with friends, and we'll join in celebrating with you. I already shared with you guys a couple of things that I'm really happy I got to do. I helped one of my neighbors with a marathon that they were putting on this morning. And then in the afternoon, one of my other neighbors invited me and the kids to go out on their boat. And that was a freaking blast. First time my kids have ever done anything like that. I got the raise at work finally went through. Got a new guy coming on the team that I'm going to be training this upcoming week. And so he's going to be going through my grueling training process to make sure he's up on all SOPs and things like that before he can operate independent solely, that kind of thing. So I'm really happy about that stuff. Okay. My question though, why do they always put Whistle Pig in the glass case? It's just Canadian whiskey, right? Come on. Yeah, Bad Axe is Bad Axe. All right, so things I'm celebrating. Raise. New guy. What else did I say? Oh, good day with the kids. All right, so if any of you guys have any other positive things you'd like to share, what's up, Z-Man? How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Cheers, brother.
Hey, cheers to you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
What are you drinking over there?
Master Metal sent me, by the way. Early Times, new bottle.
Oh, right on.
Love it.
You are the biggest Early Times fan that I know.
1 liter for $20. Come on now.
Oh, I know, and you can't beat that with a stick. You can't even try.
People don't like the new expression, but they'll get over it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, you've seen I have a bottle, and it's fantastic.
You know, I try to think about something I could say about the new military. My father, you and I have talked.
Yeah.
The retired Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
20 years, 25 years post office. So they give a plaque with 45 years federal government.
Right.
And when I was living in Tucson, we would watch the Thunderbirds air show from on top of the roof. And I will never forget this shit. And this is several years ago. When they flew over, you know, they do the shit on the airstrip, and they go by, and I looked at my dad. I'm like, "What the fuck was that?" And he goes, "That's the sound of freedom."
Cheers, people.
And I said, "Oh yeah."
Oh heck yeah, man.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, Sean, I appreciate you sending people over.
Yeah,
man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I streamed over you for a half hour. I wasn't even planning to go tonight, and then we started a thing with Jim, and then because of some reasons, we ended up hopping over to my channel, and then I kind of forgot the time. I was like, "Oh shit, Mark's streaming," because somebody in chat mentioned it. So I was like, "Yeah, let's send people over there." Yeah, so here we are.
You are all good, man. I do not feel stepped on at all, not even close, because different channels offer different things. Like if somebody's doing an interview on their channel while somebody else is doing a bottle review on their channel, they're not appealing to the crowd that wants to get together and chat more interactively.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And so first Saturday of the month, every month, first Saturday, I do the veteran focused live streams. And so I don't even like look to see who else is streaming at that time, because I know that what I'm doing is not what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. And so
yeah, I was doing bullshit music, so yeah, definitely not the same.
William Hall really enjoys his horse soldier barrel strength. I'm glad you do, buddy. F&G on the team, absolutely. Tunnels to Towers seems like a good organization, but I don't know how much of the money actually spent on the recipients. Yeah, charities are supposed to have clarity with what percentage goes to overhead, because I mean people are taking time to run this thing, network, do all this whatnot. So there's going to be some overhead, unless the people are like independently or otherwise wealthy. Then there's very few charities that are 100% going to the cause. Most of them have like 10, 15, 20% going to actually making the foundation be able to run, right? Especially if you have like some kind of managers, accountants, whatever the case may be. There's all kinds of stuff that happens behind the scenes to where you might have to pay somebody for that to be their full-time job. But yeah, they're supposed to be transparent with that. Anything less than 20% admin seems okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers, Joe. Appreciate you, brother.
I do Fallen Warriors all the time, so
right.
It's the way to go. Cheers, Bobby.
Bobby in the house. Cheers, man.
Yeah. Hanging, I had the same question I actually asked. It used to get stolen a lot. Have you had the Pit Viper edition? Nope. Appreciate you, AZ. Absolutely. Oh, Whiskey Wars. I lived in Tucson 25 years. My apartment was in the flight path for the Davis-Montcalm Air Base, which sucked ass. Yeah, I bet it wouldn't have planes flying over you all day.
So let me make a comment about that. I'm born and raised Tucson.
Okay.
My dad retired out of the Air Force. And most of the people that lived in that area, they were all retired Air Force.
Right.
So people would sit and bitch about that shit. And I'm like, you're sitting 5 miles from a military base. Why are you crying about this shit? And we would have the A-10 Warhogs flying over the house. Like I told you, the Thunderbird Air Show would fly over it. And I remember as a kid when I was like 13 or 14, I rode my bike like 6 fucking miles to get on the military base and chain it to a fence to sit on a flat line and watch the Thunderbirds fly. And I was like, man,
right.
You will no better experience than that shit. But people are like, who would have liked the noise? Really? Working right shifts and sleeping. Yes. I get the sleeping during the day shit, but come on.
Yeah, I live just north of Joint Base Lewis McChord. That's Fort Lewis Army Base and McChord Air Force Base. So not only are there huge planes going in and out all day and night, but the Army units on the base do a lot of training there. Like if they have mortar missions at night kind of thing, or artillery or whatever the case may be, it's funny to me to see the like local groups, like the local Facebook groups, like what's going on? And it's like, bro, you live right next to one of the largest bases in the country. What do you mean what's going on?
And the military training. Yeah, the military protects you, so get over it.
Yeah, they're not shooting outside the fence line, so you can go back to sleep there, Karen.
Sure.
Just cuddle your cat, and you'll be all right.
And I moved. I'm living in Mesa right now, and it's land of Boeing, McDonnell Douglas. So the Apache helicopter is getting built out here. And when you drive down one of the freeways, you'll actually see the Apache come out of the facility with no gunships on it, nothing. And it's just flying into the forest because they're testing the helicopter out, make sure everything's okay with it.
Yeah.
and it'll blow your mind when you see that big ass helicopter flying up. You're like, oh my god, what is that?
Yeah, William Hall, that is exactly true. Buy a house next to a railroad and then complain about the train noise.
Yeah,
You live an hour south of Jablam. There needs to be a PNW meetup. Yeah, you need to get in. Are you following us on Instagram? Because myself, Whiskey Wine 101, Marvin, Whiskey Wanderberg, Tully the Samoan Barkeep, and there's a number of other people like Bourbon Baller Lee and Toasty Malone Sean that all live in this area. And we see each other on a regular basis, man. And so if you want to get in that circle, just freaking let us know and make it happen. Proprietor 4,500. Yeah, get the hell out of here. I'm not paying more than $100 for Canadian whiskey. You can fly a kite.
Or for anything, actually.
We also live in hours south of Jablam. You're in Centralia or something, right?
why would a piggyback be 4,500?
Well, yeah, Piggyback is their cheap version, their $60 bottle, right?
Yes, sir. Uh-huh. And,
I don't do social media. All right, hey, well, Lone Wanderer, you can shoot me an email at northwestbourbon@gmail.com, and we can work something out, buddy. A10 is one of my faves. Yeah, I have seen A10s tear up a group of people hiding in trees.
Yeah, those are tank planes, and they're freaking badass.
Bird. All right, so brings us to our next topic on the Veterans live stream. Next topic is new bottles. So we're going to share with each other, bottle share style, virtually, of what new bottles we picked up over this last month. So one of the big crazy ones is I bought my very first scotch for my bar. I have never purchased a scotch before. I've had like samples given to me. I had half a bottle given to me, but I've never bought one for the channel. So you can check out my review of the Oban 14, which if you're a whiskey lover, it was really not bad. Also, so the all vets, the all ranks 4 vets by vets or by vets 4 vets. They have 4 previous editions out, and they just came out with edition number 5. This is the Charlie batch, and it is really freaking good. You can check out the review I did on the Weller 107 and the new Blantons and the new Jack Daniels single malt finished in Oloroso. So you can check out those reviews along with the Oaken Eden, which was the first glass that I had of the night. Oaken Eden is a really gimmicky website where you can go and kind of plug and play what type of whiskey you want, what proof you want to add, what finish you want it to have, and you can just select like you're, ordering it freaking a car online or something and what features you want on it, and you get it. And I've heard a lot of people say that they have not liked anything they've had from them. Like, I have not heard a good review. And so I was really skeptical. It took me months to want to buy one. But I was on there playing around one night after I had a little bit too much to drink, not going to lie. And ended up buying, you do that drunk purchasing, you gotta find a way to BAC your Amazon or something. And so you can't order stuff after a while.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. You're like, Amazon shows up and you're like, "Well, did I order that? What the hell was that thing?"
I don't think I bought that.
It's a foot massager, honey. It's fine.
Yeah, I love you.
And this Oaken Eden that I picked out is actually really freaking good, and I like it a lot. I had to take the stave, the oak spiral thing out of it. That way, it didn't keep giving it more.
Yeah,
the level that it was at, I really liked. So as you can see, I took the oak thing out so it didn't continue to influence it because it would make it worse.
I suggest anyone do that with any Oaken Eden. Always take the stave out. Yeah.
My stave's still in there. What flavor was it, Mark?
Blackberry. Because I like a good berry note in the whiskey.
So I grabbed, this is mine that I was talking to you about.
You got the 4 grain, yeah.
Yeah, and it's still got the stave in it.
Oh, okay.
It's a cinnamon bomb. It's not bad. It's a store pick too.
Oh, nice.
I kind of like it.
You are the second person, which is including myself, that have said something positive about Oakeneden.
It's not garbage.
That's true.
It is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people.
It tastes like flavored whiskey, and a lot of people don't like that, but it's different. So if you want to set it in the bar and feed it to your friends, everybody's always willing to try something new. You just have to get them to that point, I guess.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Sean, I see you breaking out some bottles. Is that all the stuff you got new this month?
Yeah. Now these 13th Colony, I don't know if it was exactly a month. It might be a month and a half, roughly a month. Yeah. So the 13 Colonies that a lot of people are talking about right now, I like them. Okay, they're MGP, and if you've tasted MGP before, this tastes like MGP. So you've had one, it tastes like MGP. So what a surprise!
That's mind blowing, flabbergasting, even.
Yeah, this tastes like every other MGP bottle I've had. Amazing.
Yeah, so
I like it as much as those.
So Baker Drink says I'd never get any packages if I didn't do drunk purchases. I love it.
But now these guys are a variety of good to bad. This I haven't cracked yet. That'll be Friday. That's the B523. Can't wait for that. I'm going to save the best for last. Yeah, let's do that. This I've had for months, maybe a month and a week. That's the Still Austin Red Corn. That bottle is ridiculous good.
Right. Right.
Love that bottle. This was given to me by Ben, and it's weird as hell.
You obviously love that bottle. It's 2/3 gone, and you just got it last month.
Oh yeah. This. Yeah, if you guys can get your hands on the Red Corn from the Bottle and Bond Still Austin, that bottle, it's one of my favorite 100 proofers on the planet. It's killer.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype on the bottle.
This is just weird. Ben didn't even like it, so he gave it to me at our meetup earlier this week. It's a down home.
Talking bourbon?
Yeah, bourbon, a whiskey uncensored. It's a down home single barrel pick. The nose smells like blue cheese or goat cheese or some weird funky cheese, which is off-putting to me. But the palate is okay.
Have you ever had a whiskey give you that kind of a note before?
On the nose, no. It's one of the funkiest noses I've ever smelled.
Dude, that is crazy.
It is truly off-putting on the nose. I mean, unless you're into funky cheeses. If you're into funky cheese, then maybe you would like it. But yeah, this is. Ben suggested I send it out in blinds just to screw with people because it's one of the weirdest things I've ever.
And have it be the A bottle every time.
Yeah, the first pour for sure. Yeah, it's gonna just ruin your palate and your nose for sure. Like, what the hell did you send me?
So rude.
Yeah, the palate though it's okay. It's not great. It's fine. But yeah, the nose is funky as hell. This is a pinhook that's actually a Still Austin pick. So I picked that up the same time. Same time I got those were all seal box. Got those the same time as I got the 13th Colony. And then thanks to the wonderful Mr. Great Shot, got this not too long ago, the Still Austin Cast Strength Rye. This is a monster of a rye and did quite well in our blind last night. So that's all the kind of the I guess regular pickups. And then next Friday we're going to be talking about these three guys right here.
Okay, so that's a B523 Larceny.
B523. This is Ben's Kings County pick that I just got from literally hand delivered.
Nice.
When I met up with him here in Kentucky. That's his pick. It's freaking awesome. I love it. And then
I've got one that he said would be en route.
I hear you. Mine was supposed to be here a while ago, but he had to hand deliver it because of difficulties.
No, that's fine. And I love it. I know he'll get it to me eventually.
Yeah. And then this was just epic find. Me and Ben were out hunting same day and found this guy. This is a B519 for $100.
What? You got a 2019 for $100? That's good.
That is good.
I was so stoked to get that. So yeah,
that's a steal. Actually,
for sure. I don't think the woman knew what she had, and I was very happy she didn't. Yeah, so I was really happy to get that.
Yeah.
So that's my recent pickups.
Okay, Z-Man, you got any recent picks in this last month?
Nah, it's just older shit. I've actually plowed through last year some good C920s for
Okay.
75 a piece.
Oh,
And
nice.
I go in there, and the B 123 is on the shelf, and I start looking through the bottles, and they're in the back. So I just grabbed a couple of them and walked out of the store. Oh, this shit is so fucking good, man.
Did Mash bring out Kings County Distillery bottle? If so, does he get stamp glue on the nose, or am I just crazy? Dude, I haven't tried the Kings County yet because Bourbon is still in process of sending it to me.
Stamp glue. Tell you what, we'll try it live just for you.
Oh my goodness.
Stamp glue. I'm gonna say no, but we'll try it just for science.
Now I'm worried because if I think of those kind of stamp glues, not quite like a rubber cement, but still, that sounds, the acetone note you get in some that are like, dude, I'm getting acetone. You needed to do a better job cutting your heads and tails when you were distilling, because that's all that is. Is the distillery needed to do better cutting heads and tails?
I would say too, though, like some people are more prone to pick that up than others.
Small world, we should grab a drink. Yes, all of us get together. Let's do it. Cinnamon bomb. Actually,
yeah.
Just add Fireball.
Let me clean my glass. We're going to pour a little bit of Kings County here.
MM46 being bought. Then there's Horse Soldier and Makers 46. Yeah, so for the new whiskeys of the month, mine is mini bottles. Sean's is mini. And Ben Makers 46, the cast strength and the Horse Soldier. I got you on there, buddy. Nothing like a hunk of wood floating in your whiskey. John, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I forgot one, but it's not really new. It's just like a backup to the bottle I already had. John sent me the Driftless Glen pick of his, which is awesome. It's up there.
I heard the 21090 pick is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's also on the way. Not here yet, but soon.
That looks like a killer pick. Yep.
My glass still smells like peat, so that might throw off my nosing and tasting, but
yeah, I think
a little bit probably.
Yeah.
Probably might cover up the stamp note that we're going after. I don't know.
We can only hope.
Yeah. What I was drinking this morning, I was drinking Wee Beastie.
Hey, cheers, Vic.
I switched to bourbon, and I'm like, oh my god, it wasn't quite right. Cheers, Vic.
What's up, Vic? Tully got a new Elijah Craig private
Small and darky.
Well, yeah, no, but his real name is Tully. And it used to grow right on.
Who had the question about is this on the nose or the palate? We're talking about.
Yeah, he said it smells like stamp glue.
So nose. Okay, so.
There you go.
I mean, I guess. I'm not really. I'm getting a lot more like chocolate and caramel and. I mean, it's a little ethanol forward, I guess, but it's not. I mean, it is. What is it? 136 proof? No, I guess it's just right under 130, but still, I mean, that's pretty high proof. So
if you say CO Bags 3 times, Todd will show up.
This is true.
Like the Candy Man or Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
But whiskey infused.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a lot more dessert notes than stamp glue, but I guess to each their own.
That's a rough bottle if it's stamp glue.
Yeah. When comparing bottles to other people, when they get those really strong acetone, like freaking this is a chemical note.
Yeah.
Sometimes they either got one from a bad batch or they just have a bad bottle. Nope. Because when the Makers 101 very first came out, I grabbed it and I hated it. And my buddy brought over his bottle and it tasted nothing like mine. nothing at all. And I was like, shit,
Right.
I literally just got a bad bottle. You know, I had a bottle of whiskey that I opened it, tried it, and I was like, oh, I've had this before, but it didn't taste like this. What the hell? And I looked at it, and I could see spider web going through it and a floating dead spider in it.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Yeah, like no joke. I was like, how the F did this pass inspection? Like, all right, formation, like, who the hell checked this? You know, like,
yeah. So
come on.
clearly, the spider was in the bottle, and then that bottle got filled. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Like, I could see web going across the bottle and a floating dead spider.
Yeah. So someone was not on quality control that day.
Yeah, someone was hung over at work.
They're like, whatever. This box is fine. Just send it down the line.
That'll piss off anybody.
I mean, so one thing I will say about this, now either you love it or hate it, because I love Scotch, this doesn't bother me. But I mean, any Kings County, because it's what is it, 80-20, so it's 80 corn, 20 malted barley. So either you like the malt note or you don't. But it is pretty malt forward. So if you're not used to that, I could see how that might be weird or off-putting. But I mean, if you like the malt note, which I love, I think it's friggin' delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, it tends to calm the corn down. A lot of people they don't like losing the sweet.
And you end up getting a lot more caramel and like butterscotch notes, which I really like that. So
yeah, no, I like it too.
It's very like dessert, like sundae, you know, caramel and chocolate covered sundae, maybe a little butterscotch on there. Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
I did Big Rick's Westland, and it started out kind of rough, and then it just turned into a root beer bomb. It's just fucking delicious.
Oh, nice. Ben, yes. The Veterans Whiskey of the Month is the new bottle of Horse Soldier Barrel Strength that's north of 120 proof. Because when I had Vince on, when I interviewed him for the Distiller's Perspective, he told me that if I find one that's north of 120 to grab it, because they're significantly better. And so I finally found one, grabbed it, and that is the Veteran Whiskey of the Month. So yes, that is
cool,
what
man.
I was drinking.
Did I see some signatures on the side of that?
Oh, yeah. Yes, you did.
Oh, well. Cool, man.
Yeah. And that's from Vince. He retired as the Command Sergeant Major of the ODA 595. But on September 11th, when they went, well, right shortly after September 11th, when they went over to Afghanistan, he was a Sergeant First Class at the time. He was the one I interviewed on the channel. He actually lives pretty close to here.
Cool, man.
And so after the interview, I got to have lunch with them and hang out and get some, swag and stuff for the people that came on the show that won in the raffle. And I got to give it to them straight from him. He hooked them up too, man. It was good. So if you guys, anybody out there are not watching the Distiller's Perspective episodes we're doing, you are missing the heck out because there's some crazy stuff that goes on there.
Well, since it's late night, I can probably sit. I had a Horse Soldier cast strength, barrel proof, whatever, a few years ago, and I didn't love it. So that's good information. I'll have to search out the 120 plus.
Yeah. He told me that the ones that were over 120, the batches that come out that are over 120 proof, are significantly better than the lower ones.
Okay, good to know.
What's up, William Hall? I see you're out in the wilderness.
I am. Can you hear me?
You're very quiet.
Cheers, Will.
Cheers, Will.
It's good to see you anyway.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. No, you sound substantially better.
Yes.
And the JD twice barreled rye. Oh, nice.
Let's see if my mic can reach me if I sit all the way back. Here we go.
Right on.
Move my tabletop.
Yeah, you guys. So Lone Wanderer and Baker Drinks. You guys on the south side. There's the what is it? The Lacey. What is the group of stores down there? What is it called? Oh, Grand Mound, Lacey, and Yelm. Those are three sister stores down in the area south of Olympia, and they have some fantastic barrel picks. And so the Grand Mound, Yelm, and Lacey sister stores, if you can find some of those, I'm telling you, I've got the Knob Creek pick, I've got a Buffalo Trace pick, and like Wanderberg and Marvin over at 101. Like we've gotten a few picks from them, and they're fantastic. So if you guys don't know about them, speaking of Marvin at Whiskey Wine 101, what's up, buddy? Ford Soldier 120 proof. Wow. Yes, absolutely. I get weirded out when I see the itsy bitsy starter crawl with the water sprout. Yeah, dude. It was like had a kind of freeze frame, like there's an error in the matrix. Like I was sitting there staring at it like, wait, what? There's literally a spider and a spider web in here. Like it was across, like still connected to the different points in the bottle, as if the whiskey going into it didn't disrupt his web at all. It was freaking weird. All right, so William, what are you drinking on tonight?
Well, I'm kind of jumping back. You guys were talking about Oak and Eden, and I got this Wheat Inspire. And I don't know if you can pick up how. No, you're not gonna be able to pick it up. How dark that is.
Is that
because
coffee?
I left that? Yeah, I know. I left that Spire in there.
Yeah,
it's French oak.
Just bring it close to your chest.
It's literally you can't see through it.
Yeah, you can't. That's weird. Yeah, that is super dark, man.
So
and I just tried some, and it's literally like chewing on a barrel.
Yep. Take your staves out, folks. If you buy Oak and Eden, take the stave out immediately.
Yes, please. I think I bought this last year around Christmas.
Z-Man didn't take his out because you got cinnamon, right, Z-Man? And so, like, you love it. It's getting more and more cinnamony and just like a freaking spice bomb.
Yeah.
And if that's what you're going for, then
maybe I should do that. Maybe I should take this out and throw in some cinnamon sticks, and by next Christmas it'll be all right again.
There you go. Yeah.
Keep intending to hit the store by the Wolf Lodge. Is that a good one? Lone Water, Honest Engine. I have never been there. Eric Gunderson, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. All right, we're gonna move to the next topic, which is news. So we got a couple military news stories to chat about just real quick. All right, first topic of concern. U.S. Navy commands can't bring in new leaders, so who's in charge? Mm-hmm. And so when you get down to the meat and potatoes of what's going on here. So Senator blocked the military confirmation process in February over his opposition to the Pentagon's abortion policy. Now, this is something that's wrong with the politics in our nations, where when they put forth some kind of bill or something, there'll be like 30 different subjects in that bill.
Yep.
And so when somebody disapproves it because they don't like what they're talking about regarding greenhouse gas emissions or whatever the case may be, it blocks something bullshit. It blocks something like more than 300 flag and general officers being held up from promotions and job assignments. Between now and the end of the year, figures supposed to grow to 650. And so people in the Navy that were supposed to get promoted to flag and general officers have been held up because of other things in the bill, like the Pentagon's abortion policy. That is horseshit.
I feel like I'm going to have to dip, Mark, because I'm about to get very angry. No, continue.
Yeah, you know, okay, so that was one quick piece of military news that I said, shut the fridge door. What did you just say? Okay.
Who?
So
Me?
Moving on to the next one.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so a World War II Special Operations veteran finally receives his Special Forces tab. So he went the last how many decades without being able to wear what he had earned because it hadn't been approved. And so that's one thing that all you guys that are in the military need to know. There's no time limit on putting somebody in for an award. And so if you know somebody who deserves an award for something, you can submit the award and let it go through the process and see if it can get approved. Because this guy just got awarded being able to wear the Special Forces tab. Freaking what? Is that 80 years later?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
That's freaking wild.
Not quite 80, 77. It depends on, what time frame in World War II that happened, but
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I thought that was cool, and just an incentive to those out there who are serving or have served. If you know somebody that deserves an award, just go and put in that award form and nominate them.
Yep.
Oh, this. Okay, so I was looking at military news, and on military.com, the biggest first story was about how the Army is combating obesity. It's like,
not surprising at all.
Yeah.
Private E1 weighed 320 pounds. That's when he went in to see the recruiter to serve. And
get healthy, people.
Oh my goodness.
You're just killing yourselves with sugar.
This article talked about a lot of things the Army's trying to do to help people stay fit. And in the last 4 years, they have put out multiple different versions of the physical fitness test, and they were trying different things like walking up balancing beams with water cans and all kinds of nonsense. And they finally got a new PT test approved that just got finalized approved last year. And then there was changes after that. Like they took out the leg tuck and put in a plank. And so you have to do a plank. And I'm like, why am I doing a plank for a military combat fitness test? But I get it. I'm a sniper. I'm looking through. Okay, fine, whatever. It's core strength. I get it. But
yeah, to a degree.
There was other exercises that we had tried in the trial and error of them that I thought were better. Just saying.
Certainly, yeah.
I'm not even sure I could pass the drone operator check, with the Xbox controller.
But I mean, these are young guys, so they should be able to do this stuff.
All right, this is about a new Navy destroyer that is flying a badass pirate-inspired battle flag. And I thought that was fantastic and wanted to share that because at least there's still some good military personnel out there that are out there having fun, loving their job, and doing what they want to do. That's a spirit de corps, troop morale kind of thing. Flying a freaking pirate flag on a modern day explorer, that's just fun. I love it. And so I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's pretty cool. Is there one? I thought there was one more. Nope, I think that's it.
That's right.
Yep. That is all for my military news for this month.
Stuff, man.
For this month's Veterans live stream, I'm going to do one more pour of this Poor Soldier Barrel Strength, which was the Veteran Whiskey of the Month. Thank all you guys out there for joining in. And this is the time of the night that I conduct an AAR, which is an after-action review. So if I was going to do this same exact thing tomorrow, what could I do better or what did I do well kind of a deal?
Okay.
And so one thing that I can self-critique myself on is that I just hit up Vince today. And I'm talking like an hour before going live to see if he could join me live to get in on that. Because some of the things that I've really enjoyed in the past is the Veteran Whiskey of the Month. Having that person actually on screen with me has been freaking awesome. I did that with Brass and Anchor. I did that with Skunk Brothers. And I think that's really really cool to have a veteran whiskey of the month, but actually have them here on screen. And so, my bad. I should have contacted Vince well before today to see if he could come on today. But other than that, if you guys saw anything that you thought that I did really well or that I should do better next time, I take constructive criticism very well as a soldier. That's part of our job, is to fucking do it better next time, Roger. And so, if you guys got anything, just throw it out.
No, I've had a good time, Mark. Yeah, man, good stuff.
Roger that.
Mark, I got nothing. I mean, what you do is fantastic, and I love the theme, and I love the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not military. My grandfather was, but fully support you guys, and hopefully the government gets their shit together and gets as good as the military.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree with that completely, and I really appreciate your guys' compliments right there, because I try to bring something to the table that I think is missing and that nobody else is doing. I want to bring the veteran community together because I know personally there's lots of veterans out there just drinking at home by themselves, whether they're playing Call of Duty or just like sitting on their back porch wishing they were somewhere else, or they're out there risking drinking and driving. I want to provide the kind of platform that you guys and those veterans to come and have some drinks with other like-minded individuals, without having to do it alone and without having to drink and drive and all that. So I appreciate your guys' support in my efforts in that direction.
And just to mark sentiments there real quick, that applies to anybody, veteran or otherwise. Like, don't go kill yourself drinking and driving. Like, you don't have to go out and drink. Hang out with us. Stay home. Be safe. Hang out with us here. It's the best bar in town anyway. Yeah. That's what Whiskey Tube's all about, man. Instead of going out to some bar and blowing all your damn money and then driving home and killing somebody or yourself, stay home and hang out with us. It's a better time anyway.
Except for those guys that won't play Enya. But, other than those guys.
Right. Yeah, those guys are assholes. But
just saying.
It's funny you mentioned that because I have the best of Enya hits album. And it's literally in my daughter's record player right now because she loves to go to sleep to it. So if that tells you how much that album hits.
I'm sorry. Orinoco Flow is a great song. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, everybody knows it, right?
I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and I don't know that song.
Really?
Hey, man, I was raised on rock and roll and metal. I can't help myself.
So was I, but
Hey, appreciate you, Ben. Thanks, buddy.
There was a girl in college.
Hey, appreciate you, James. Hey, so we hit all over topics.
I was in the goth girls in high school, so.
So as we do on every Veterans live stream, first Saturday of the month. So if you guys can plan ahead next first Saturday of the month for the month of October, if you guys have any veteran whiskeys that you would like us to feature on that one, go ahead, shoot me an email at northwestbourbon@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram or any of that stuff. Right now, I've got a list of roughly 32 veteran-owned distilleries that I'm in contact with and trying to get on this show. But I want to let you know that I appreciate you guys being here and talking about military and whiskey issues together. So I'm going to close it out and go to the back screen. So if any of you guys watching us live want to jump in and join in on the backstage shenanigans, go ahead and click that join button, and I'll leave you in the back screen until we close out. But I appreciate you going through all the military topics of this month with me, and thank you for your support. And if you have any military veterans in your circle of influence, like friends, family, whatever, let them know that this is a place where they can come and hang out with fellow like-minded veterans and just have somewhere to be at least once a month, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Cheers to that.
I'm cheersing with water, which is supposed to be bad luck, but I don't believe in that shit. So cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's bad luck to be superstitious. That's what I hear.
Nope.
Exactly.
Cheers to that.
All right, and we always close it out with taps because this signifies the end of the day. Cheers, everybody. Remember, protect, enjoy. Take care of you and yours, and make sure you're drinking more water than you're drinking whiskey, Roger.